3 of 5, the oblique lunge rock. Why it's oblique? I'm not just going to be in a lunge straight forward. I'm going to be at a 45-degree angle right here. What the purpose of this is, we're going to get ankle mobility and then hip mobility all in one exercise, and it's going to be an easy transition between the two. All right, so we're going to show 2 variations. The first one is unloaded. We don't have to worry about adding any weight. The next one is going to add a kettlebell into play. It's going to make it a little bit more difficult, but it's also going to get a little bit more bang for your buck. All right, first thing we do, we're at a 45-degree angle right here, hips facing the camera or facing the wall in front of you. What I want you to do is keep your knee tracking right over your second or third toe. Boom. Keep that pushing out as you go. And then have your heel, I would say, around a foot's length away from your other knee. This is all dependent on your ankle mobility though, because we're going to go with ankle first. So what I want you to do, keeping your hips facing forward, keeping your rib cage over your pelvis, 1 big breath in, 1 big breath out, and hold that brace. Rock forward until you feel like your hips or your ankle needs to lift off the ground. And back, and forward, and back. This is going to help build in, so this is your foot. You need this motion, which is called dorsiflexion, in order for you to take your shots, in order for you to squat properly, in order for you, the biggest thing for grappling sports is taking your penetration step or your duck walk or your rock over if you're on the West Coast. If you don't have that, something's going to get chewed up, most likely the knee. So a lot of grapplers have knee pain. This is going to directly help the mobility of this and the actual support. So doing right here, rocking in, hold, rocking in, hold. A great way to increase that dorsiflexion, or it would be like an extension, I guess it would, or flexion of the ankle joint. Now we're going to do it for hip. Step out. I would say around 3 foot lengths away from this knee, maybe less if you have less hip mobility. Hips forward and do the exact same thing, but now instead of this being your limiter, so when your heel lifts off, you're going to feel it in the hip. So you don't want to ever get into a pinchy feeling. Here, rock, 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 rock. Go as far as you can and back. As far as you can and back. And notice my knee is always tracking over my third toe. It is not going like this, which is not a proper movement, not a good movement pattern, and it can also lead to some knee issues. Okay? We can do the same thing on the other side. Right here, rock forward. This would be my ankle one, or my hip one. Okay? How we add a kettlebell in, because we're not just going to hold it right here. I'm actually going to hold it behind. I'll go sideways for this one, and that's going to help bring my shoulders back. Okay? I'll go this way for you. Hip out, 90 degrees. All this is going to do is just add a little bit of counterbalance and allow me to load the motion a little bit. So we're always going to load the tissue in a more optimal way, and back, and back. Okay, you would do the exact same thing you're already doing. We're just going to do that for 2 sets of 8 on each side.